I want to say hello and introduce myself. If this is the first time that you have tuned into one of my classes, you are tuning into Mother Moon Yoga Studio here in Burlington, Iowa, and I am your teacher, Rachel Grant. I own this studio. You might also know me as Veena Lene. That is the spiritual name that was given to me in India back in 2017. And I have been teaching yoga in this studio for almost 8 years now. I've been teaching in Burlington for almost 10 years now. And I've been teaching yoga for almost 13 years, which is crazy to think. So I wanted to do a transmission tonight for a couple of reasons. First off, we are in a busy time of year. It is the holiday season, and I know a lot of people are struggling to get to the gym, to get to the yoga studio, to even find time for their practice at home. So I am hoping that we can just take some time together tonight, or maybe you can catch the replay of this class and give yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of time to breathe, a little bit of opportunity to create more peace during a time when we are very distracted. I also wanted to do this class today on Friday the 13th because this is Mother Moon Yoga. And you may not know this, but there are 13 moons in a lunar year. And I revolve all of my yoga around the moon, the phases of the moon, and astrology as well. And we just so happen to have a full moon rising this weekend. We are going to have a full moon in Gemini at about 3:01 in the morning Central Time on Sunday morning, or I guess overnight, Saturday into Sunday. And we're already feeling that energy. We feel full moons for about 24 to 48 hours before and after their peak. We might feel the energy even more if it's a supermoon or an eclipse, but we are definitely feeling that extra prana right now because it is a full moon. Full moons are a time of release. They're a time of letting go. And when we practice yoga, we are always looking to let go or release blockages on our peace, our comfort, our joy. We're letting go of physical tension. We're releasing thoughts in our mind that no longer serve. Maybe we're releasing patterns or behaviors that we don't want to have continue in our lives. And this is a great opportunity right now with this full moon rising to work on release. This is also a great time to turn more within. Anytime we are in full moon energy, it is a time of sacred pause. We are halfway through the lunar cycle, and it's a check-in point. It's a time to slow down, to maybe ask ourselves, how are we feeling right now? That could be physically, that could be emotionally, energetically. There's a lot of different ways that we can feel, but it is a good time to just see what's going on with us. Anytime that we practice yoga, we are bringing in more awareness without judgment. So maybe we're feeling tight in our shoulder tonight, and that's okay. We aren't judging that. We're just noticing. Or maybe we notice that our right side is tighter than our left side in a certain pose, and that's okay too. We are just simply observing the body and maybe taking note, see if we can make some adjustments to find more balance and more harmony. Tonight's practice is very gentle. I'm hoping that it is accessible for most all levels. If you are a brand new yogi, you should be able to follow along just fine. We are going to theme our practice tonight around this full moon that's rising this weekend. In the Vedic world of astrology, or the Eastern perspective of astrology, this moon is ruled by Mars. And Mars is this planet of war and action. And in our yoga practice, we have these warrior poses that we practice to help embody that more masculine nature or that feeling of being able to do. Whenever we are in our yoga practice, we are doing, we are taking action, we are being more yang. And when you're in these warrior poses tonight, I want you to bring a lot more intention into what you're doing. So not only will we be holding the pose, aligning our body, maybe doing some things while we're there, but we'll also focus on warrior's breath, or a breath work that helps bring more power into your body. I love to do warrior's breath because it helps to also warm you up as well as release any physical tension or even thoughts in the mind that could be distracting. To do warrior's breath or Ujjayi Pranayama, we are going to steam the back of our throat and our chest as we exhale. So I want us to just practice this now before we get started. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, can you create that gentle whisper? It's like a with the mouth closed. Now, you don't have to do this throughout your practice tonight, and if it doesn't feel comfortable to do it at all, certainly set that aside. But this will help you to ground in. It will bring more heat into your body. It will help to release physical tension, and it will bring you more focus and presence into what you're doing. We want to pay attention to how we're moving and what we're doing in our practice tonight, because full moons also throw off our balance. We want to be very mindful in how we move, and that Ujjayi Pranayama or warrior's breath can help you to stay more present as you move through these poses tonight. I hope that you enjoy this practice. I hope it serves you, and may you feel a little bit more peaceful by the time we are done. We are going to start our practice standing. So take your time right now to find a standing position, maybe with your feet about hip distance or slightly wider. You want your toes to face forward, and you can even take some time to rock around, bend the knees, bend the ankles, get into the hips. Find a comfortable stance as we ground into what we call mountain pose or Tadasana. We'll have our palms forward, and once you do feel settled, just begin to close your eyes here. Take a moment to check in, bringing more awareness into your body. Maybe notice if you're locking out at the knees. If you are, soften those joint spaces. Maybe also notice if you're squeezing through the legs or through the glutes. You can let that go just for now. As you hold this mountain pose, become more present. Feel your feet rooted into the earth, reminding you that you are here. Yoga is a practice of connecting our mind, our body, our breath, our energy. So maybe take time now to harmonize more of who you are in your entirety. Notice the mind. Notice the breath. Notice your body. Notice your mood. Notice your energy levels. Remember that we're noticing without judgments. We're simply checking in. As you breathe here, can you also notice where your breath is traveling? Are you breathing more into your chest and upper body? Or can you move beyond your diaphragm, down into your belly, into your hips, into your low back? Also making sure to breathe into the front, back, and sides at the same time, like a balloon expanding and releasing. We inhale and grow in our energy. We exhale and soften. Continue to breathe here as you stand, and maybe notice how you are standing. Are you leaning to the left or to the right? Can you equally stand on both legs? Are you leaning to the toes, the heels, the inside or outside of the feet? Can you find center? And it might seem like we're not doing a lot right now, but we are building more balance and awareness. We're deepening our breath. We're moving our nervous system into more of a relaxation response just by standing here in the stillness and breathing deeper. Let's take a few more moments here to simply ground. Maybe set other intentions for your practice today if you would like. Let's take one more deep breath in and out, and then bring your hands together at your heart. Gently blink your eyes open, adjusting back to the light. When you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Join your palms at the top. Exhale, pull your hands back down to your heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, big sweep, reach overhead. Exhale to the heart. Maybe that Ujjayi breath or that power breath as you exhale on this 3rd one. And once you come to the heart, interlace your hands, flip your palms back overhead, and root back in here, just like you were standing before in that mountain pose. Keep your lower body relaxed. Keep your glutes soft, your legs soft. You can even move around a little bit. Also check in with your shoulders. Are you pulling to the ears, or can you relax the shoulders down? Maybe you need to bend your elbows a little bit more to create that space. Continue to breathe here, opening up. These muscles in the ribs get really tight with the cold weather. Let's take maybe one more inhale. On your exhale, release your left arm down. Reach your right arm overhead, taking a standing side bend. We want the left arm to relax as much as it can. Palm facing forward on the right side. Maybe you're bent in that elbow. Maybe you're reaching out a little bit more. Maybe you press the hips away. It's up to you. Notice if you're collapsing forward through the rib cage. Can you open that up? Maybe you change the gaze to help assist the opening. Inhale into your right side. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale, left arm overhead. And as you exhale, just settle into that standing side bend on the other side. Reaching out through the left side, opening through the ribs. Right arm is relaxed. You might even notice an energetic change through that right side. We've got our circulation being manipulated right now with this pose. We're opening up our heart chakra, opening up circulatory system. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your arm down and just let your arms hang by your sides for a moment. We're going to get into our neck and our head. We'll inhale to look up, exhale to look down. Continue to move with the breath up and down. Finding your own rhythm, finding your own pace. Let's do one more each way. And the next time your chin comes to chest, stay there looking down. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep the rest of your body relaxed as you're looking down. Maybe breathe into the back of your head, your neck, your upper body. We're going to roll right ear to right shoulder. We'll pass back through our chest to the left. We're going to make these half circles through the chest, side to side, continuing to open up through our sinuses, which might be a little challenged right now with this weather. Maybe you just open up any tension through the neck and shoulders. Let's do one more each way. And slowly bring it back into center. When you're ready, you'll interlace your hands behind you. Begin to pull away wherever you'd like to go, opening across your heart, opening the front of your shoulders. Maybe you're pulling down close to the body. Maybe you're pulling out and away. Maybe your palms are hanging loose. Maybe they're squeezing together. There's a lot of options here. Let's take maybe one more breath, and then we will bend, bringing the arms with us. So bend the knees, start to fold, bringing the stretch more into the back now. And just continue to hang out here. You can always straighten the legs for more or lean to the toes more. Maybe draw that navel closer to the spine, supporting your low back. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your arms, stay in your fold, just going a little deeper in this Uttanasana. And keep the navel drawing to spine as you slowly roll back up, stacking your spine one vertebrae at a time. Once you're at the top, continue to roll your shoulders back, down, and away. Just working anything out here. maybe some stress, or maybe just a lot of responsibility. We hold that energetically in the shoulders. So let's work that out now. Let's do 1 or 2 more of those shoulder rolls. And then just relax, shake it all out, and begin to step wide. We'll turn our toes and knees out to the corners. We're coming down into a half squat or goddess pose, Utkatasana. Hands are on the thighs, and we are just going to get loose with it, move around. Maybe it's a side to side. Maybe we're twisting a little bit into those hips or doing some figure 8s. You could bring the tailbone under and out. Loosen up those hip spaces, especially through the inner thighs. We get tight there in the cold as well. We also hold money spending in our hips. So if you're a little stressed on the money spending for the holidays, you might feel it in here too. Let's start to slowly come to center, and we're taking a twist, dropping your left shoulder down, looking to the right. You can press into those legs or lean in as much as you need. Maybe you even look more to the right or over your shoulder. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, return to center, and slowly drop into the other side, moving into that twist, working anything out that you need to. 1 more breath. Back into center, rise all the way up, step your feet back in underneath you. Take a deep breath overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's open up our wrists. So we're just going to roll our hands in circles, roll out those wrists, especially open hands because, again, when it's cold, we tend to squeeze our fists. Maybe even driving, you're gripping the steering wheel a little bit more than normal. So let's work that out. And then we will make a fist, fingers over the thumbs first, and continue to roll around both directions. Mindful of the shoulders here, not really hunching, keeping those shoulders relaxed. Maybe you're having to shovel some snow this week or scrape some ice off a windshield. We'll work out those hand and wrist muscles. Let's switch it out. Thumbs on the outside of the fingers now, and maybe notice the change. Notice what you feel there and how it's different. Always taking note of these different things we can do in our body to open up new spaces. And finally, we'll open up and just circle the thumbs. What I like to call the smartphone thumbs. If you've been doing a lot of online shopping, your smartphone thumb might be a little sore. And again, if you're gripping it off from the cold, that can be there too. So let's just wiggle out the hands for a moment and then shake it all out, let it go, and we're going to move into those warrior poses as promised. So we're going to start with our warrior 2 pose. We're going to step our right foot forward and open up the left side. So as you open up your back foot, it's turning out 90 degrees, and your front heel is lining up with the back arch. Once you feel nice and open, you'll reach your arms out over, so shoulders are aligning with the hips. We're trying to open our heart and our hips here, so we press to the pinky fingers and the pinky toes. And even though the side of our body is open, we actually look out over the front hand. Now while we're here, we're just going to open and close those fists for a moment. Get that circulation back into the upper body. Maybe shake out anything that's stressing those shoulders or stressing that upper body. And then eventually we'll just go back to the hold and maybe check in with the knee, making sure that it's tracking forward. We're not buckling in. We're really open here. From here, we go to reversed warrior. We relax our back arm, flip our front palm, scoop it overhead. We have a very light touch on the back leg, if at all. The more we reach, the more we're bending into our knee, opening up the rib cage again, maybe changing the gaze or spiraling a little bit more to the left side or the right side, wherever you need to make those adjustments. And while you're here, can you just straighten your leg and reach out a little bit more? Now we're squeezing more on the big toe side and through our thigh, lifting the knee a little bit. Take an inhale. Exhale, we go back to the warrior two, tracking our knee forward, arms reaching out. Nice job. Take your time stepping out of it, and maybe a deep breath overhead just to reset. As you come back through, let's go to our warrior two on the other side. Stepping our left foot forward, we'll turn our back foot out 90 degrees. Check in with the alignment. Front heel lines up to the back arch. Reach your arms out over your legs, shoulders over the hips. Now this time, we'll flip our palms back and forth. Just keeping those shoulders relaxed, moving that circulation through the arms. Maybe one more time. And then relax your back arm, scoop your front arm overhead, and find your reverse warrior. Breathing into the side, taking note of what you discover. And preparing for your extended reverse warrior, start squeezing through your front thigh, straightening your leg, reaching out even more. Take a deep breath. Maybe one more deep breath. And when you're ready, come back into your warrior two. Take your time stepping out of that. And take another breath overhead, resetting. Let's try our warrior one now, a little bit different. We step the right foot forward. We turn our left foot out about 20 to 30 degrees now. It's not going to be that full 90 degrees. We also feel like we're walking a tightrope here, but if that's challenging to your balance, you can widen up how far apart your heels are. We are trying to bring them as close together as possible, and we need to square and face the front of the room. This pose tends to put our hips towards the corner, so we have to remind ourselves to pull our front hip back and our back hip forward until we find the alignment. We're going to hold our hands at our heart for now and really feel pressure into the pinky toe edges of the feet. Now, if that pulls you to the corner, bring it back. And you can stay here with the arms, or maybe you reach your arms overhead. And while you're here, keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep facing the front of the room. We're going to do a little bit of movement here. On an inhale, we'll work to straighten our leg and squeeze. On our exhale, we bend our knee, come forward, and let our arms come down by our sides. Let's try that again. Inhale, sweeping in the front, reaching overhead, straightening your legs. Exhale, bring it back down, warrior one. Two more times, maybe with that Ujjayi breath. Adding that power. Last time. Good. Now we're going to stay here. Straighten the leg for just a moment to get some release. Interlace your hands behind you and keep them close to your body. We're doing a move called humble warrior. We bend our knee again, and as we look forward, lean out, we start to fold, bringing the arms with us. Now you can rest on your leg, or you can float off the leg and challenge yourself. Wherever you're at, create that long neck and spine looking down. Take one more breath here. You're doing great. Pull yourself back up. Straighten the leg, shake it all out, and then step yourself out of it. Let's take a deep breath overhead, reset, and move into warrior one on the other side. Stepping left foot forward, bending your knee. Right foot steps out 20 to 30 degrees. Get the heels as close as you can to find that balance. Line up the hips so you're squaring the front of your mat. Take your hands at heart first. Just check in. Maybe relax the shoulders. And then if you like more, you can reach your arms overhead. Now, even when we go into the movement, if you're not reaching up, that's fine. You can keep your hands at your heart the whole time. Or maybe you just move a little bit. You don't have to move in the fullest expression. But let's go ahead and straighten the legs. Deep breath. Maybe you're reaching up. And then exhale, we're just coming down, arms by our sides. So we could keep that just at the heart or eye level. There's a lot of options there. Let's do two more. Breathing deeply, breathing intentionally. Once you finish, straighten your legs. Interlace your hands behind. Maybe you interlace the opposite way this time. Keep your body nice and open, especially through the chest and the shoulders. And as you come into this, try not to collapse around. Really continue to open as you move to your humble warrior, bending the knee and either resting on the knee or floating. Strengthening your back muscles. Take a breath. Pull yourself back up as you straighten your leg, and then release and step out of it. Really nice job. Take a deep breath overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times, finding your center, and just slowing everything back down. We will practice a little bit of balance work today with tree pose. First, by grounding on the right foot, opening up through your left side. Maybe your hands are at your hips, your heart, or somewhere else. Maybe this is your tree pose tonight. If you want to go deeper, slide your heel over your ankle, maybe up onto the calf or above your knee. You have a lot of options there. You also have options with your hands. Maybe they're at your heart. Maybe they're reaching overhead. Maybe they're down towards the earth, helping you ground. Can you find that power breathing, that Ujjayi breath, warrior breath, helping you to find your center even more, helping you to find your focus? Take one more breath on this side. Gently step out of it. Shake it out if you need to, and then ground into your left foot. Open up through your right hip and decide where your tree will go on this side. It could be different. There are many different trees in the world. You make this your tree, deciding if you want to do something different on this side. Breathing into the focus. No judgments. We're grateful for the leg we're standing on. We're thankful for the breath we breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, come back down. Now we'll grab back into our right foot, wherever you want to take your hands. Left ankle comes out. We roll that in circles. Just roll it around. Work anything out here. Working on our balance still. Maybe a little micro bend in the right knee. And then when you're ready, slowly move it to the other side. Working everything out. And set it all back down. Now when you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Deep breath. Exhale, pass through the heart. Bend the knees if you need to. Move into your standing fold again. Once you arrive at the bottom, clasp your elbows. Let yourself hang out. Do a little rocking. Maybe a little sway side to side. Let the arms be heavy. Maybe dump out the mind here while you're hanging out. And then switch the bind in your elbows. See how that feels as you adjust. Continuing to relax. Let's grab 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then release your arms. Slowly roll up to standing. And we'll go to our Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, one more time on each side. Let's go to our left side first this time. Stepping left foot out, bending your knee. Right foot turns out 90 degrees. Reach your arms out nice and strong. Shoulders relaxing over your hips. So I love to use this pose to de-stress. And the holidays, as much as they're a joyful time, they're an exciting time, they can also be a stressful time. So if you're here to de-stress, if you're here to let go of any maybe extra responsibility that's been gnawing at you at your shoulders, or you're just feeling a little bit of tension, we want to get rid of that, okay? This warrior pose, we're going to imagine that there's a target out in front of us. And in that target, at the bullseye, it's just all the stuff that's causing us stress right now, okay? And we're going to turn our palms forward, and we're going to bring our back hand forward to the front, And we're going to imagine ourselves pulling back a bow and arrow. And we're actually going to squeeze both fists here. So get all of that tension, all of that stress, gather it up into the fists. And on the count of 3, we're going to take a deep exhale, and we're going to imagine that arrow flying out into that bullseye, and that bullseye just exploding, the stress going away. Okay? I'm a big fan of visuals. Let's try it out. Pull back your bow and arrow. Really get nice and strong. Take aim on that bullseye of stress and take a deep breath in. Get ready to release it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. And just let it go. Shake out the arms. Step out of it. And we'll go to the other side. So right foot forward in the warrior 2. Left foot turning out. Front heel lines with back arch. Reach the arms out first. And in case there's anything left, any more of that stuff that's causing you stress, we're going to get rid of it now. We're going to face the palms forward. Bring the back arm forward, draw back our bow and arrow, make our fists, and in front of us, we imagine that bullseye, holding everything that's blocking our joy, our peace, our pleasure, our bliss, our ability to enjoy the holiday season. We're going to get rid of it now. We're going to release it with this lunar full moon energy. Deep breath in. Release on 1, 2, 3. Let it go. And shake it out. Step up and out of that for a moment. And just shake out anything left. Stepping loose. Swinging the arms. Doing some elephant trunk swings to clear out any blocked energy that remains. Slow it all back down. And we will work into a squat malasana. Now this may be the squat that you already did, more of a goddess squat, sumo squat, football squat. Maybe you can get a little lower and go to your elbows or get the feet in a little bit closer. Maybe you go on down to the ground. And if you're there, it doesn't matter if the heels are lifted or not. It doesn't matter if your hands are on the ground or not. You're going to find the squat that works for you to get into those hips, into the inner thighs, and just move everything to the earth. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your jaw relax. Maybe you even take a softer gaze. Take a few deep breaths. When you're ready, have a seat. We'll bring the soles of our feet together in a butterfly seat. This is also known as Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. We will keep the feet a little bit farther away, taking hold of the legs for seated cat and cow poses. For the seated cow, we take hold, we pull and arch the spine, look up and out, open up. Exhale for seated cat, leaning back, holding onto the legs, rounding the spine, looking down and under. Inhale, open up, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. Keep going with your own pace. Maybe incorporating that warrior breathing. Just letting go of stress, steaming up the throat. We'll do a few more rounds here, opening the spine. One more each way. And then just back into neutral spine. Now you might want to bring your feet in a little bit closer. If you'd like to fold in your butterfly seat, keep a flat back as you do. Look out to stretch your neck with your spine and move your shoulders down and away. Breathe here just a little longer, letting the hips open, letting your back release. As you come out of this, bring your legs out into a straddle or a V-shaped seat. From here, we'll bend our right knee and toes are facing the corner. We bring our bent elbow right side on the inside of that right knee, and we twist away from it all. Left hand reaches back and behind. We look away, maybe even look over the shoulder more or twist into the ribs more. Take a deep breath in and out. And slowly, as you return to center, just bring that right foot to the inside. So now we're in a half straddle with our right knee bent, our left leg extended. This may be enough for you, but if you want more, you lean in. Feel that stretch concentrating into the left side. Breathe down the left leg. Maybe one more breath here. And then just release back out to your full straddle, preparing for that twist by bringing left knee up, toes and knee towards the corner, left elbow goes on the inside, right arm reaches out and behind. We start twisting away. Always sitting tall on our twists, gaining length in the spine. Deep breath in and out. As you return to center, bring your left foot to the inside, creating that half straddle again. Maybe you want to lean in for more. Take your time. Let's do one more breath here. And release back out to the full straddle. And now we'll hang out here. Again, this may be enough, but if you want more, you can always lean into that with a flat back, keeping your shoulders down and away. Let's take maybe one more breath here. And stay in the straddle as you walk your hands behind, leaning back into them, either fingers towards you or out to the sides. Press and open up through your heart. And when you're ready, keep your hands behind, but look forward to release the spine. Pull your knees up so the knees and the feet are wide, and we just wiper the legs side to side, working on that internal and external rotation of your hips. Let's do maybe one more each way. And then extend your legs out in front of you in what we call staff pose. Legs are long, about hip distance. Let's take a moment to flex and point through the ankles, holding our posture here, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Working out those feet. And eventually you'll hold your flex, and if you need more, you can lean into a seated fold. Navel is drawing to spine gently to keep the low back long. And we're really pressing through our heels and pulling our toes back in that flex to stretch through the back of the legs, maybe through the bottoms of the feet, maybe through the low back even. Take an inhale. Exhale, relax your legs, relax your feet. Hug your left leg in, so your knee is pointing up now. Get nice and tall. Twist towards your knee. Right hand wraps, left hand reaches behind. Again, sitting tall as we twist, maybe looking more over your shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale, return to center, release your legs, switch it out, opposite twist with right knee up, left hand wrapping around, right hand reaching back, sitting tall. Take your inhale, exhale, return to center, legs go long. Interlace your hands the opposite way. Reach overhead and root through your sitting bones just like you did standing. Stretch through the sides of your body. Mindful to not bring the shoulders to the ears. And we'll take one more breath in. Exhale, release your left hand down. Right arm reaches overhead, taking your seated side bend. Just like the standing version, mindful not to collapse the ribs forward. Really open up. Maybe even look up to help things out. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Move to the other side. Maybe pressing hips away from hands. Breathing into it. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's come back to our butterfly legs. maybe more of a diamond shape, pressing the feet away. We're going to trace around our legs, making some hip circles here. Just stirring out the energy. You might get some good pops and cracks while you move around. We also want to make sure to circle both directions, and the spiraling energy is soothing to our nervous system. Just helps us to relax a little bit more, preparing for our final relaxation. Let's do maybe one more circle. And then we'll head down to our spine. We're going to hug our knees to our chest once we arrive. And roll your head left and right a few times while you're here. Let's do one more each way. And once you feel balanced, looking up, the knees are bent, feet go on the ground about mat distance or wider, and we wiper those knees side to side again. Exploring the rotation of our hips. Let's do one more each way. And then take your feet up to the ceiling. Move your ankles all around. Now you can bend the knees here. You can support your legs. Just let your feet remain elevated. This helps give us a little immunity boost. It helps our lymphatic system. Again, we're putting pressure in the low back where our vagus nerve bundles, turning on that relaxation response. Let's do maybe one more breath here, and then bend your knees, bring your hands to your kneecaps, press your knees away in a circle, guide them back in. Continue to roll around in those circles, massaging your low back. Also make sure that you circle both directions, balancing the energy. Let's do maybe one more circle, and then we'll slowly move into our final resting pose, our Shavasana. So maybe you're laying on your back, maybe you're laying on your side, maybe you choose to lay on your belly even. But start to find a place where you can settle in, where you can start to close your eyes and breathe a little deeper. Find a place where you no longer need to move. In yoga, we are always working to find balance. We balance the work with the rest, the yang with the yin. And we give ourselves this time of more stillness so we can integrate everything we just did, absorb all of the benefits of our practice. These new ways to balance, these new ways to breathe. Maybe even a new mindset, new way of thinking. Just for now, we allow it all to move through us, however it needs to. We let our breath move freely without the need to control. We invite gravity into our body so that we can sink down, so that we can let go of the tension and we can release to the earth what doesn't serve. As you continue to relax here, feel your eyes rolling back more as they rest. Feel your forehead and your temples soften. Feel your jaw relax. Maybe you even feel your ears lower as you relax the spaces through your neck, your throat, the back of your head. Continue to feel your whole head letting go. Let that sensation of softness move into the shoulders, as well as the shoulder blades and the upper back. Soften the center of your heart. Let that feeling move out through the arms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. Begin to feel your upper body resting with your head. Notice the rib cage softening more, both the ribs and the muscles between. Notice your lungs expanding and breathing with more ease. Notice the sides of your body letting go, caving in. Notice your core muscles relaxing more. Abdominals through the front side, through the obliques, the hips, the sides of the body, and through the back side, noticing the back muscles relaxing all the way down. As you release the muscles of your back, feel your spine letting go more, as if you're growing taller when you rest. Feel your hips relaxing. Feel your lower body starting to relax more. Soften through your hips and your glutes, down the legs, through the ankles, throughout the heels, the feet, the toes. Begin to feel your whole body resting. And allow yourself to stay here in this non-doing, giving yourself a reset for just a little longer. Let yourself begin to come back gently with eyes closed. Taking more control over your breath, beginning to move the fingers and the toes. Maybe moving other things that you need to move. Eventually reach your arms away from your body or overhead, stretching a little bit more. And take a deep breath in. On your exhale, hug your knees toward your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Take your time rolling to the side of your choice. Take your time pressing up to a comfortable seat. We will meet in that comfortable seat with our hands at heart and our eyes closed. Checking back in to find posture. Checking back in to find our breath. And maybe taking just these final moments to let go of anything that's still holding on. It's blocking our joy, blocking our peace. Let's breathe it away now. And give it back to the earth to be recycled. Release it with this power of the full moon. Continue to reflect on the practice that you just did, noticing what you experienced and how you feel. Whenever you're ready, lift your heart to head and bow your head to heart, sealing in a gesture of gratitude. Showing thanks for this practice and what it has to offer us. Showing gratitude for our bodies and our breath. Showing gratitude for everything that we're grateful for. We seal it in with 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale, sweep overhead. Open mouth, exhale as you pull to the heart. Loka somasta sukhino bhavantu. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all feel safe and at peace. May we all feel love, be love, love one another. May our actions, intentions, and behavior contribute to the happiness, health, safety, peace, and love of all. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Namaste. I didn't do any music in this class tonight because I wanted you to really connect and really turn within. And honestly, the world is really noisy right now. There's a lot of distraction. We have not even just the physical noise, the sounds that we hear, the holiday music and the bells and just all the hustle and bustle, more people out, but there is noise on an energetic level as well. And so to take time to just turn all that off and be a little quieter and sit with ourselves and breathe with ourselves can be really beneficial. You might have noticed thoughts coming up. You might have been distracted. You might have lost focus. It's all normal. It's why we call this a practice. There's never really an end destination. We are just always practicing, trying to get a little bit better at creating that peace. If you enjoy these live streaming classes, we have taken a break on my yoga membership for the holidays, but I live stream my yoga classes from the studio to my online yoga membership, and we will be starting that up again at the first of the year. And that membership is less than what it costs to take one class here. So if you want to pay less than $10 a month to access all of my live streaming classes from the studio and the replays, you get that in the yoga membership. And there's over 100 pre-recorded guided practices in there. It's probably over 150 at this point. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I hope that you had a beautiful practice. I hope you're feeling more peaceful, less stressed. And I look forward to seeing you whenever I can, whether it be here at the studio or next time online. Have a blessed Friday the 13th. Have a beautiful full moon this weekend, and I will see you soon.